I just found a YouTube video where the creator reveals his best strategy, one that delivers insane profits with consistency on real money. So I thought, why not turn it into a fully automated expert advisor? The twist? I've got zero coding skills. That means this is going to be both a challenge and a lot of fun. Stick around until the end, because I'll also show you how you can get this bot completely free. What's going on, traders? Welcome back to Atlas Options channel. Big shout out to the original creator for sharing this strategy. I really respect that he focuses on transparency and avoids those unrealistic promises you see so often. That's why I believe we've got a real chance to build a profitable expert advisor out of his setup. So let's break it down. The strategy is on gold, XAUUSD. It's all about finding a consolidation range early in the morning between 3:05 and 6:05. We mark the high and the low of that range. From there, it's simple. Price breaks above the range, we go long. Price breaks below the range, we go short. Now, exits. Two options. Either the trade hits the stop loss set at 1% risk, that's about €500 or 10,000 points on a 50K account, or we force close by 1855. Notice, there's no take profit in this strategy. I'll come back to the stop loss issue later in the video, but that's the whole idea. Simple, structured, and easy to follow. Alright, so the big question is, how do we actually automate this strategy and build an expert advisor, especially if you've got zero programming skills? Well, here's the good news. I already have a solution, and it's called the Niredo iTrade bot. Think of it as my execution engine. It's the universal tool I use to design, test, and fully automate trading strategies. And the best part? You don't need to write a single line of code. Everything you need is already built into Niredo. You just plug in your indicators, set your rules, your conditions, your money management, and the bot takes care of the rest. Entries, exits, and trade management. So instead of spending months learning programming, you can focus on what really matters, the strategy itself, and making sure it's profitable. And here's something even better. Niredo is available completely free through the link in the description. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I set up this range breakout system inside Niredo, step by step. By the end, you'll see how simple it is to take an idea like this and turn it into a fully automated trading system. Now, here's how Niredo actually works. It uses indicators to trigger the entry signals. So in our case, I need an indicator that can identify this morning range for us. But where do we get one? Well, in the past, this would have been a real headache. You'd have to either learn coding yourself or hire a developer, explain your idea, go back and forth, and spend weeks, sometimes even months, just to get a basic working version. But nowadays, it's way simpler. You can literally just ask ChatGPT for help. All you do is describe what you need in plain language, and within a few minutes, you've got a ready-made custom indicator coded for MetaTrader. That's exactly what I did for this project. I explained the rules of the range, the time window, and other important points. And in just a few minutes, boom, I had the indicator ready to be tested. Now, before you go ahead and plug your new indicator straight into Niredo, there's one important step. Test it first. Make sure it does exactly what you expect it to do. Plot it on your chart, run it in a strategy tester, and check if it's marking the highs and lows correctly. Look at different days, different market conditions, and confirm it lines up with your strategy rules. Because here's the thing, ChatGPT is an amazing tool, but it's not perfect. Sometimes the code it generates can have little bugs or quirks. If you just drop it in without checking, you might end up with wrong signals or missed trades. So think of this step as your quality check. Once you're confident the indicator is doing its job correctly, then, and only then, it's ready to be connected to Niredo for full automation. This extra 5 minutes of testing can save you from hours of confusion later on. And make sure your strategy is running exactly as you intended. Alright, once we've done the quality check and confirmed the indicator is working properly, it's ready to be plugged into Niredo. And to save you some precious time, You don't even need to build the indicator yourself. You can download it for free through the link in the description. Now, on the screen, you can see exactly how I build this strategy inside Niredo. And notice, there's not a single line of code involved. All I do is activate the settings I need, add a couple of filters, and the bot takes care of the rest. This is what makes Niredo so powerful. It's a flexible tool with tons of options, so you can use it not just for this breakout system, but for almost any strategy you want to test or automate. Now, the settings I've applied here are just one version. They might not be the best ones, so feel free to experiment. That's the beauty of it. But here's the golden rule. Always backtest first, and when you're happy with the results, run it on a demo account before committing real money. Let's also talk about the stop loss, because this is where it gets interesting. In the original strategy, the stop was set at 10,000 points, which makes sense on a 50K account. That's just a 1% risk. Pretty reasonable. But here's the catch. Not many people have a spare 50K account dedicated to a single system. If you're working with something more realistic, like a 1K account, then that exact same 10,000 point stop suddenly equals 10% risk per trade. And that's huge, really aggressive. So, while it might sound scary, we're going to stick with it for now and see how it performs. Sometimes high-risk setups surprise you, but remember, this is all about testing, learning, and adapting before you go live. Once you finish setting everything up inside Niredo, the next step is to save your configuration as a preset file. That way, you don't have to redo all the work every time. You just load the preset and you're ready to go. After that, open up the strategy tester. This is where the fun begins. Select your EA, upload the preset you just saved, and choose your testing parameters, the symbol, the time frame, and the date range you want to run the test on. And then, simply hit start. The strategy tester will replay historical price data and show you exactly how your setup would have performed. You'll see the entries, exits, and how the balance curve reacts over time. All right, traders, quick reminder while the backtest is running, you can actually get all the tools I'm using in this video completely free. Yes, that includes the indicator, the full breakout strategy setup, and of course, the Niredo iTrade bot itself. Everything you need to test and automate this system is already waiting for you. All details on how you can get it free are available by the link in the description. For this test, I'm running the strategy over a period of 11 months using the M5 time frame. As you can see on the screen, Niredo is doing exactly what we programmed it to do, opening and closing trades automatically based on the rules we set in the settings. Just one trade per day, either a buy if price breaks up, or a sell if price breaks down. That's the beauty of automation. No second guessing. No emotional decisions. The bot just follows the rules consistently, day after day. All right, traders, the backtest is complete. Let's dive into the numbers. Over the 11-month test period, the system delivered a 106% net profit, so it more than doubled the account. The profit factor came in at 1.77, which means profits were almost twice as big as the losses. The win rate is 57%. So just over half the trades were winners. And the maximum drawdown was only 10%, which is very reasonable considering the overall return. I've got to say, these results look really strong. Definitely worth moving this setup into a demo forward test to see how it performs in near-live conditions. What do you think about these results? Would you test this strategy yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. And just a quick reminder, I post regular updates on all my developments, new strategies, and real results inside my Telegram channel. The link is in the description, so make sure you join and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. So let's wrap this up. In this video, we managed to take a trading strategy, build an expert advisor, and backtest it, all without writing a single line of code. Using Niredo, we put everything together in under 1 hour, from creating the indicator, plugging it into the bot, setting up the rules, and running a full backtest. And the results looked pretty promising. If you found this walkthrough helpful, Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next updates. I've got plenty more indicators, strategies, tests, and automation tricks coming your way. Stay consistent, and I see you soon.